again for the next part of the Fram diorama build. So last time I left off, everything needed to dry after painting, and what I just did off camera is that I just painted the iceberg here and made some certain lines. I'm probably gonna dry brush some other colors here to kind of mix in the paint, so it looks more conformed of sorts. Also, I've been thinking about making just this corner here, just to have ice on that, maybe a little bit cracked ice. Let's see if you can see it up here. Make some cracked ice here, so the Fram would be heading towards the ice and make use of the bow protection. Also have some ice floating down here as well. Right, so now comes the part that actually takes the longest, because it doesn't take a long time to do it, but it takes a long time because you need to wait for it to dry. And I'm gonna use this realistic water from Woodland Scenics, and basically what that is that it creates a very shiny surface and gives it some depths to the entire thing. So there's a little thing here I need to fix. Anyways, and you can paint over this also if you want to, but it's not very recommendable because that's gonna obviously it's gonna ruin the shining effect. So brush. I have a brush for this here. There we go. I'm just gonna use a flat, very soft brush. It can create air bubbles in it, so you need to be a little bit more careful. Right, I'm just gonna start from the top here, and it's basically just making sure that everything gets a coat of this. And that takes about 24 hours to dry. So in the meantime you can do other stuff, maybe perhaps rig a ship, which is something that I also have to think that I'm gonna do very soon. Rig Fram. And this is basically I'm pretty sure that you can probably use a very gloss varnish. Maybe you can even spray it on. But I haven't done that. I have only tried this here, and it's it gives kind of like a 3D effect of the entire diorama. If you can see it, you probably can't see it. I'm going to move the camera around a little bit in a moment. So it just needs a thin layer. I only work in small areas because it's easier to keep an overview of the stuff that you're doing. And this is basically just doing this of the entire surface of the diorama. Once that is dry, we're going to go to the next step. So I'm just going to continue with this. I'm just going to show you. It has a tendency to pull down where there are some crevices and stuff like that. So obviously when it does that, it takes a little bit longer to dry, but it's gonna give a very nice effect once it is done, once it's cured, all cured. I'm just gonna see if you can see it. Maybe some light. I don't know if you can see that it's very glossy now. Up on the waves. so. And yeah, I'm just gonna continue to do this and get back to you once I'm done, and I can show you the effect. What you see here is something, it's probably gonna cure that way. It's gonna keep its glossiness, if I can speak, glossiness, and you can see if you kind of miss spots because they will not be glossy. And yeah, obviously on a diorama on this scale it's a little bit time consuming. But make sure you get every little crevice and notch and whatnot. Alright there, so I'm just gonna stop here and continue. See you later. Hello guys, and welcome back. So the layer of realistic water that I put on has dried now, and I took some, as I mentioned beforehand, I made some plaster in these, and another one similar, and let it dry, and then I took it up and broke some pieces off, and now I want to create some floating ice slabs around the ship. So I put on the plaster, made a layout, and once I was satisfied with this layout, I'm now gonna glue it to the base, and for that I'm gonna use this Mod Podge. And you can see there's waves in the diorama itself. So if I put it like this, it would just go straight up from the wave, and it wouldn't look very good. So I pressed it down so they kind of broke, and if you look at the some icy waters, you will see that the ice slabs they're still together, but you can see that it's broken up. So basically what I'm going to do is that I'm going to take this Mod Podge here, and then a brush, and then identify the piece that I want to glue, and then just put a good amount of Mod Podge on and glue that on, basically. And that's the method that I'm going to use. So I hope you can see what I'm doing. So a good amount of Mod Podge, like so. And then put it on the way that you want them to be put on. And once I've done this, obviously everything needs to dry a good bit. And once that is done, I'm going to come in with some more water, some of this product here, the Diorama Fix transparent water, or maybe I'm going to use the other one. I'm not quite sure yet. But then I'm going to use this around the iceberg, so it kind of blends into the diorama so it looks like water. That the ice slabs are carried by water. So you see, there's a lot of slabs, so there's a lot of things to do, and it's going to take some time, a little while at least. Stab it on there, and then just put it on. And this Mod Podge here is gonna dry transparent as well. Which is a good thing. So I'm gonna do this. Yeah, so kind of break it apart like so. Yeah, so I'm going to continue to do this with all the slabs here, and then I'm going to set it to dry. And when I get back, I'm going to go around all the slabs here with that realistic water thing. This here diorama fix, and then also all over the diorama basically. So I will see you again in a little bit. Cheers, bye. Hi again, guys. I decided to use this water effect here to close the gap between the base of the diorama and to the ice slabs. I'm just putting a small amount and then just blend it in. So like so. Might need a little bit more. Just there. I don't know if you can see it. There we go. So there we go. And I'm doing this all over the place. I might need to fix this slab right here. So what I did, I tested in the meantime, is that I used some of this diorama fix here, Atlantic Blue it's called, and you can see that I put it on here, and it kind of altered the entire colorization of the base, which I'm a little bit unhappy with. So I don't know what if I'm going to continue to use this. Right now I have just a second here. I need to just clean this up. I have decided that I'm going to use Mud Podge, which is basically just the same thing, or the same method. I'm putting it on here. I'm putting it on in sections because it's a large area. So putting on and dabbing with my up to the iceberg here, dabbing with my brush here to get so everything is not that uniformed. So you keep getting that different texture all the time. And I'm going to finish off using my airbrush. I'm going to show you just a second here. So let's stop there. So actually what this does is that it's gonna dry and it's gonna leave off a different texture on top of the realistic water that we'd used, making it look more like giving it the whole piece a little bit more depth. Yeah, so you can't see. Yeah, it's gonna get more depth. So I'm gonna use my airbrush. I'm going like so. So those small ripples, when they dry, it will look more realistic. Yeah, there we go. And I'm going to do that to the entire piece. Then I'm going to have to let it dry, obviously. And then when I get back, I'm going to see what I'm going to do with this here, or probably going to repaint it and give it some more realistic water. And it's the same thing about this slab here. Because I really don't want to paint everything again. I can just paint this small area here and here. And I'm afraid that this here will not dry completely clear. Or maybe I can see some spots here where it's kind of thick, and it's not transparent. It's more like a white thing. Looks like a little bit of white in it as well, because it hasn't. Maybe it was too thick when it dried. I don't know. So anyways, I'm gonna continue with the with doing the all this area here and here and here, because this here has already gotten a lot of attention. So I'm gonna finish it by doing it around here as well. So yeah, see you back. Or see you again in a little bit. Hello guys, and welcome back again. So basically the base of the diorama is done. What you just saw before is that I put snow on. I glued, I just used some white acrylics that I mixed with water and painted on top, and then put on some baking soda. Some say that it might turn yellow. I'm pretty sure that it does, but this is just a glimpse of the diorama. What happens afterwards, I don't care about. So now I'm just cleaning up all the water, and once that is done, I am gonna put in the ship and continue the diorama. I need to incorporate the ship down into the diorama and make sure that the water goes up to the hull and stuff like that. So that's going to be the next part, and probably the final part of the project. And then it's all done and complete. I'm going to continue with getting this all cleaned, so I can put the ship in. So thank you very much for the diorama, and I am sorry for the some of the poor shots that's probably in the in the video, but I can't win all the time. So anyways, thank you for joining me, and I will see you again in the next one, where we put the ship in and incorporate everything in, doing some dry brushing and stuff like that. Alright, cheers, thank you, bye bye.